want to yell, go Bennett! He said, don't yell. Do not embarrass her. I played the flute. Huh? Until my dad left it at my house when we moved, and then I didn't have It's amazing how some of the things they were singing are so good. Special breed to be a teacher.
All right. Good evening and welcome to our first 6th grade band performance of the year and of their time in music. I'm so excited. So we have 78 members of our 6th grade band right now, and they have been doing a fantastic job. They have had their instruments for approximately 8 weeks, and in that time, we have learned so much. My name is Sherry Powers. I am the band director here at Adrian High School, and I also teach 6th grade band at Springbrook Middle School. And somewhere around here is Miss Rubio. She co-teaches the 6th-hour class because it's a little bit larger. So, and she is a wonderful music teacher, so we're so glad to have her. And this is our 6th grade band. I'm going to start by introducing our sections. So we're going to start with the lowest low brass section. So trombone and baritones. Stand up, guys, so your parents know where to find you. So, woo! Yeah, so they are the foundation of our band. They are so important. You can take a seat. Good job. And then next, in our band, we have the trumpets. The trumpets. This is our trumpet army, we call it sometimes. Right? Look at that. Those are our trumpets. They're doing a great job. And then we have our middle voice instruments. Those are the French horns. That's just our 2 friends right here. Woohoo! All right. And then, that's our brass section. And then our woodwind section, we're going to start with our saxophones, our alto saxophones. All right. And then next, we have our clarinets. And both the saxophones and clarinets have reeds. Kind of show those reeds. So, if you have a student who plays a reed instrument, reeds are important. And they go through them more regularly than you would think. And it's pretty common for them to go through, one every couple weeks. So make sure you're checking on their reeds. And then our final instrument that we're going to introduce tonight is our flute section, right? They have that highest pitch and the lightest instrument in our band. Woo-hoo. All right, if you can sit down, flutes. All right, so this is our 6th grade band, and we're going to start. When we start, we don't start with our instruments out, we start with them in cases. We have to learn how to put them together. They all have special instructions on how to assemble, right? We spend a lot of time on that. Oh, Mr. Rubio, I left my mouthpiece in my, I brought it. Okay, so while the woodwinds, because the woodwind, like the clarinet has 7 pieces plus a reed, right? It takes a lot longer to put together than the trumpet, which really, you pull the trumpet out in case you put the mouthpiece in, the valves are ready to go. So, the brass instruments, we worked on some buzzing while the woodwinds were working on assembling. So, brass players, mouthpieces, please, small pieces. Everybody get ready for small pieces, remember? All right, so the first thing we learned is to do our buzzing. So, I hope some of you heard the sirens that I told them to do. I told them to go home one weekend and just annoy people by trying to make sirens. Here we go. It really was homework, I promise. All right, so then everybody was doing small pieces. So we did long tones, which is just playing long sounds that helps us know our embouchure muscles. And then we worked on what we call our 2-tonguing. Tip of the tongue goes to the top of the teeth, or tip of the tongue to the tip of the, depending on what you play, right? Top of the teeth, which is where your gums and your teeth meet, and you whisper the word 2, everybody whisper 2. Right, that's where we do it. So we're gonna do some 2-tonguing for you. We were ready for that full instrument, right? So you weren't able to be in our room on that day, and they know that they're never allowed to do this, but it might have sounded this way if you had been in our classroom the day we played our first instrument day. Ready? You gotta watch. Oh, we didn't talk about that part. Oh. No, first we learned about posture. Body posture. If you know what it is, I can not even look at them. I say the word posture and everybody's level rises like 2 inches, right? So they know feet flat, tall back. That's our statement for posture. And, right, we talked about rest position, which they're doing all amazingly, and then ready position, and then playing position. And we can do these without even talking. Right, it might have sounded like this. Yeah, so then we talk about how we have to work on our embouchures and refine our air, and we practice and we practice and we practice, and then we're ready to play our first note. We call that note mi for most instruments. So everybody's gonna play for you their note mi. And then we learned re. And then do. And then we learned fa. And sol. And it took us about 2-ish weeks to learn those 5 notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Now we call them do, re, mi, fa, sol because every instrument has a slightly different letter name, and that can be very confusing when they already have different fingerings. So we use that common language until everybody can play those first 5 notes, and then we transition into our Standard of Excellence book. So let's open our book. And then in our book, we're actually working on reading notes and rhythms. So we're working on reading whole notes and whole rests. So this is number 7, our playing test. It has whole notes and what kind of rests? And we're gonna play the whole rest, even though we can, this is no longer fun, this is boring now because we're past it, but it's a good demonstration of the building blocks, right? But it was our first playing test. Here we go, number 7. Fairly well on their first playing test. And then we were able to do some more things. So the next thing we're going to play for you is a folk song we learned called Cardiff by the Sea. And they figured out that they had actually learned it on recorder, but in recorder it's called Gently Sleep. It's called Gently Sleep. It's the yellow bell. Half notes and half rests and a whole note too, right? So it started mixing them up. And then we're gonna play for you the first song we learned. We learned it using mi, re, and do. But now we're gonna use it reading the book. So we're gonna play, this is like the national band anthem. It's Hot Cross Buns. We're gonna start with the woodwind family. So woodwinds, hot cross buns. know this is the first time that all of these students have played in the same room? And aren't they doing great? All right, stand up if you're in 6th hour, just so we can get a visual representation. 6th hour. And then, right, so this class is the one that has both Miss Rubio and I because it is a large group of people. And then 7th hour. All right, good job. So they're divided, but not by any important reason, right? Just by what other classes they have and how it fits in their schedule. All right, so both classes are doing the same things every day. All right, next we're going to demonstrate for you how we learn a song. So we do a few different things every time we have a new song. So the first thing is that we tune the rhythm. So here we go, number 17, we're going to tune the rhythm. Move a finger along and two. Ready? 1, 2, ready. And then we're going to play that. And then the next thing we do is we say our alphabet soup. So to explain that, remember we talked about common language, so now I'm going to have clarinets. What's your first note of Down by the Station, number 18? And flutes, what's your first note? And trumpets, what's your first note? French horns, what's your first note? And saxophone. And who didn't I ask? Clarinets? No. Trombone. Oh, trombone's a baritone. So we call this singing alphabet soup style because everybody's letters are the same, or are different, but it sounds the same when we play it. So we're going to sing Down by the Station by letter names. Here we go. Sing and finger, right? 1, 2, sing and finger. Learning new symbols. So right, we had quarter notes, we have quarter rests, we have whole notes, we have whole rests, half notes, half rests, right? And basic 4/4 time. And now we added some new symbols. So in number 23, Merrill Levy Roll Along, what was our new symbol, Alex? The repeat sign. And what does it mean we do and don't use the word repeat when you say it? Jace? Play it again. We go back to the beginning, we play it again. So here's our Merrill Levy Roll Along with the repeat. Quite a few new concepts. So who wants to tell me the one thing Lightly Row has? Zoe. It has common time. So we learned that there's different ways to represent our time signature, and one of them is a C for common time, which means the same thing as 4/4, right? What's another thing, Melissa? There's a fermata. What does it mean to have a fermata, Easton? You play the note longer than its usual value. If there weren't so many kids, I would let them use the microphone, but it would take a long time to get back there. Look at how deep we are. Woohoo! This is a great thing. All right, and what else? Nolan. It's a duet. What does it mean to play a duet? Cohen. It means more than one part, right? So, JCN, we have a harmony and a melody, right? We have a harmony line and a melody line. So, we're going to play the melody line first, and then we'll play the harmony line. Was that all of our concepts in Flight Lyra? I think so. It covered a lot, didn't it? And what else do we have to remember about our half notes? What do we have to do with our half notes? Do you remember, Nola? Yeah, our half notes have to reach out and touch the next measure, right? Don't chop them up. Line A. Just line A. 1, 2, ready. Dividing the group in different ways to make the harmony sound different. It sounds different if we pick different people. For the concert, they're going to get to choose with their neighbor, A or B. So you got 5 seconds. Pick A or B, and then we'll play all of Let It Roll with melody and harmony. 5, 4, 3. Okay, let's play line A. Let's play line B. Some of you didn't raise your hand. Make sure you pick one. There you go. Now we get our harmony. Number 25 last week. So this is our newest learning. We were going to teach them something new in front of the audience. I promise that we're going to do this. So we are going to look at number 7, Song of the Fjords. So study it with your neighbor. What are the new ideas in this? Look at it. Song of the Fjords, number 27. Any new ideas? When you found something new, raise your hand. Number 27. 27, Song of the Fjords. Anything new? All right. And everybody bring your attention back this way. All right, Evelyn. There is something called a solo. What's a solo? Did you find it? Nola. Only one person plays. What else is in there? Max. Yeah, it says soli. That means what? What does it mean, a soli? So a solo means one person. A soli means, Landon, a whole section. Or we can even make it a group of any size that's not everybody. So what's the last term, Aiden? Tutti. Tutti means us all together. right? That's us all together. So that's something we will add after we learn it. So we won't do the solo tonight, okay? But we will sing it. So what's step one? We're gonna to the rhythm. To the rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, to your rhythm. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, let's try that again. Ready? 1. Make sure we're on 27. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Anybody notice something about the pattern in that one? Damien. Okay, there's some similar patterns. What do you think, Greg? Yeah, measure 5 through 8 is a repeat of 1 through 4, so we really only have to learn 4 measures, right? Okay, letter names, alphabet soup style letter names for 27, letter names. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, and fa, fa, fa. Okay, you got 10 seconds to try anything that you want. 10 seconds, right? To practice anything that you individually need to practice. Go. Alright, so here we go. They've never played it before together. And okay, band. Rest position. Alright, so this is Song of the Fjord, our first time. We'll work on making sure everybody rests on the rest, right? And that we don't rush. And we'll work on what a soli means in solos. And I would start now letting them play solos during the solo measures, but we could be here all night letting all 70 of them play solos. So we won't do that today. All right, we'll do that in class though. All right, so now is the time where I want to share a few things. So this is everything we've done from our book. That's a lot of learning in 8 weeks' time, right? We do have 3 more tunes for you, but before that, I want to do some reminders. So it is important that everybody practice regularly. That doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be a half an hour or an hour or anything long like that, but 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Every time that we practice our finger muscles and our mouth muscles and make those connections to our ear for hearing, it helps us improve our music. So a little bit of practice regularly is a great thing, so please encourage that. In band, we go slow at the beginning, especially to make sure we learn things properly. But once we have those foundations, we can learn quicker, as you can see. And of course, they learn quicker if they take it home and practice just a little bit. So practice is something you can do. You can ask them to play their favorite song for you. You can encourage them by having them take one measure that's hard for them and practice it 3 times in a row, right? Repetition is one of our great skills. So there's lots of different ways. And we're gonna start a practice challenge very soon. And for the practice challenge, anybody who turns in a challenge slip, meaning they practice 10 minutes, I think it's 100 minutes. After they practice 100 minutes and they turn in their log, they get to draw out of the prize box, all right? So we'll do that, and we'll start our Bandalorian challenge very soon. And that's a lot of fun too. So what they can practice our warm-ups. We have a band warm-up page. They can practice their music for playing tests. I don't know if they saw it today, but in class on the board, it said your next playing test. Did anybody see it? What one it is? It said concert, but below concert it said, that's okay. 24A that we play, the slightly row melody, is going to be our next playing test, which will be not next week, but the week after. So we've got time. All right, and then I have a little goodie bag for each student, and I'm going to have to guess about, because I didn't bring my program with me. So there are a variety of things in it, and each one of them is symbolic. It's symbolic. It doesn't actually like connect to band other than like through the phrase. So one of the things in your goodie bag is your beginning band survival kit is going to be a peppermint, because in band everything always starts with a breath of fresh air. One of the things in your goodie bag is a stick of gum to remind you to stick to playing your instrument, even when it gets hard. But please don't bring your gum to class. Remember, no gum with the band room. All right, and one of the things is a lifesaver, because you can remember to ask your teacher for help, right? Your teachers for help, because they can be lifesavers, right? So you have a lifesaver in your bag, right? There is a chocolate hug in there, because everybody needs a chocolate and a hug sometimes, right? I'm trying to remember all my things. There are smiley face stickers, because to remind you to smile. Music makes us happy. Oh, there are Smarties in there, because I firmly believe music makes you smarter. There are pencils in there, because having a pencil to mark your music is always helpful. There's an eraser in there to remind you to erase your mistakes and move on. It's okay. And I think that's almost everything in there, except for there's a star to remind you all to be the star that you are, and the star and the smiley face are stickers. So that's just a little thing. As they leave the stage, everybody will get theirs. Also, if you didn't see it in the lobby, there's a little photo op, so get a My First Concert picture, because I think those are really special. And it's just such a joy to work with these kids every day, 6th and 7th hour. They're lots of fun. They keep us busy, right? And we move fast, because otherwise there's a lot of excitement happening, right? So I hope they're having a great time in middle school overall so far. I want to thank Ms. Rubio for being here tonight, and Ms. Soto, I saw her, and Mr. Drehorst is here. So thank you all for being, he's our middle school 7th and 8th grade band teacher. So I want to thank them. We have a really great supportive district, so we're very lucky. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to play songs that we've learned. These songs have a little more challenging rhythms, and we're going to just play them for you. We learned them by letter name and singing, and that's called by rote, rather than by using music. So we're going to start with a fun one called We Will Rock You. This one is a favorite. This one helps us work on our tonguing, because you can't really go too fast. This one is Baby Shark band style. So we have our woodwind shark, our brass shark, and then our full band shark. Here we go. This one is a Springbrook band tradition. Let's go band. thank you all for being here tonight and supporting our child in band. We have a great time and I can't wait for what's next for us. If I'm gonna pass the students their goodie bag on their way back to the band room, but if you want a picture with them, you can grab them and get the picture before they put their instrument in their case. Thank you again. Have a great evening.
You did a great job.